right, good evening, everybody. I will call the 26th regular Common Council meeting to order. Will the clerk please state the quote of the evening?
Thank you, Mr. Mayor. Teamwork is the ability to work together toward a common goal.
Thank you. Will the clerk please call the roll?
Alderperson Ackley.
Here.
Alderperson Decker.
Here.
Alderperson Feldy.
Here.
Alderperson Felicki-Peneski. Alderperson Heidemann.
Here.
Alderperson Mitchell.
Here.
Alderperson Perella.
Here.
Alderperson Ramey.
Here.
Alderperson Rust.
Present.
Alderperson Salazar.
Here.
There are 10 present.
All right, thank you. If you're able, please stand for the Pledge of Allegiance.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
All right. First order of business, Alder Feldy, is there a motion to approve the minutes from our previous meeting?
Yes, Mayor. I move to approve the minutes from the 25th regular council meeting held on April 5th, 2023.
Second.
It's been moved and seconded. Discussion on the minutes. Alder Rust?
I believe that on the censure, that item, I believe the person who made the motion was Salazar, and it was seconded by Decker.
Okay.
Okay.
Is it backwards?
That will be a friendly amendment.
Yes.
Any other discussion on the minutes? Seeing none, all those in favor of approval of the minutes, please state aye.
Aye.
Any objection? Minutes are approved. Anyone for public forum today? City Clerk?
No one this evening, thank
All
you.
right. Well, first presentation of the evening, we have our friends from the Business Improvement District, President Paul Rudnick and Heather Cleveland.
Good evening. Like the mayor said, I'm Paul Rudnick, Board President of the Harbor Center Business Improvement District, and we're here to give our annual report on the goings-on. The presentation agenda will outline the 2022 annual report and review, our commitment to district advocacy, and our 2023 strategy.
There should be a PowerPoint.
Oh, yeah. Here we go.
Next slide.
And then one more. The Harbor Center bid vision. The Harbor Center Business Improvement District is a vibrant, sustainable district. Harbor Center mission is to support the development, improvement, and promotion of the downtown riverfront and South Pier. I'm going to turn it over to Heather for the 2022 annual review.
Thank you, Paul. So my name's Heather Cleveland. I own Green Bicycle Company and we're a consulting firm, and the Harbor Center Business Improvement District is one of our clients. On the slide here, you can see the boundaries of the Business Improvement District, and you can move to the next slide. So the 2022 annual review. Next slide. So this is the budget breakdown. So the total income, about $100,000, and then expenses, $150,000 approximately. And then you can see the breakdown of operations, miscellaneous events and marketing, and major investments. And then I'll go overview here of the major investments in greater detail on the next slide, highlight of each. So 2022 major investments, the two major ones, as it is every year, are the flowers. So that it's the flower pots that are distributed, about 60 of them, in partnership with Otter Creek to each of the businesses. This year, that's due May 1st, and it's been a really great collaboration with Otter Creek in that they look at the address of where they're going to go and plant them according to shade and things like that. And then also a great partnership with the parking utility in that they help maintain the other part of that program, which is the hanging flower plants in the district. So here, 42 businesses participated and received flower plants, and that's because some businesses who have a longer storefront receive more than one. Another example on this slide here of major investments is the Purple Octopus Playground. In 2022, the bid was one of the supporters of that playground as an active place in our downtown. Next slide. Some examples of our support of events and marketing. So in 2022, reactivated social media, which the Facebook has over 5,000 followers. And you can see here increased engagement by over 258% in October through December of 2022. An example of an event that was promoted and helped assistance with organizing was the Boutique Crawl, which involved multiple retailers throughout the downtown and South Pier. And then another example of events and marketing was the East Streetery, which you can see in this photo here. Next slide. So bid operations in 2022, we supported 2023 through 2025 strategy. And you can find the full 2023 through 2025 strategy on our website under the resources tab. Also, communications was continues to be very important for the Business Improvement District. Newsletters are sent out monthly, and in the middle here is an example of a newsletter. Along with that, this highlights the spring member meeting. The Harbor Center Business Improvement District holds 2 meetings annually to engage with the businesses. This past one in the spring, we had an update from the parking utility, Derek Mink, because of the upgrades in parking with the parking app. And then also part of the operations were several workshops. One of those included outdoor seating and where we talked about, things that we'd heard, how it can be improved, and I'll talk about that a little bit further in the advocacy page. Next slide. So this is a breakdown of the major investment and event grants. So the top 3 are major investments, which included exterior sign, outdoor playground, and facade improvement for the businesses listed. And then the remaining ones are for events that the bid helped support. So the East Streetery, night market, grand opening, 4th of July celebration, and an 80s prom event. Next slide. So advocacy. So the Harbor Center Business Improvement District works to understand, highlight, and educate and advocate for its membership on issues that matter most to small businesses and property owners. So I will describe some of those. And how this comes about is we conducted surveys. We also facilitate committee meetings. We help facilitate the board meetings. We also are the ones to receive any emails or phone calls about concerns. And sometimes we hear it more than once where this is something that perhaps is an opportunity for improvement systemically. So here are some examples of that. Next slide. So outdoor seating. Somebody requested from us, they were wondering if they don't have a restaurant or serve alcohol, can they put chairs outside? So we had a meeting with several people from the city, representative from the Common Council, and it's something that's looked to be improved in 2024. What we're looking for is a more simple process that is online. Currently you have to come to City Hall, and it's kind of vague how it even works, so it's a bit intimidating. Also, currently the process is it's charged per linear foot, where other municipalities charge a flat fee for something like the sidewalk permitting. So we're advocating for something more simple for that. Mural guide. So we've had several really successful mural programs in our community, and businesses are wondering they want a mural too. And I think sometimes it's underestimated how difficult, not even difficult, but what the steps are to obtain that, and also the idea of paying the artist and all that's involved with that. So we are working on a mural guide, and then there's also some other examples of how to help elevate murals in our community. Bike parking is another example, and that is in the works with the Department of Public Works to have a request form on the Department of Public Works website so that people know what the process is. They've created a GIS map that will be coming out soon that shows where the existing bike parking is. So that's great progress on that front. Next slide. Winter lighting. So in collaboration with the City of Sheboygan, the Business Improvement Districts invest in winter lighting. We're continuing to have conversations with businesses to what's the best impact for that winter lighting. We're looking into some capital improvements type investments so that lighting can be all year long and not just in the winter. So we're collaborating with the DPW and parking utility on that. And finally, continuing to engage with the police department on placemaking and environmental design to increase lighting, to raise awareness and create safe spaces. Next slide, event planning. So we've partnered with the Department of Public Works to receive feedback on people in our community who plan events. So we're looking for an improved process of the special events application and permitting process. Currently, you have to contact multiple people. The insurance part of it can be a bit confusing. And so I know that the DPW is working to make that more streamlined, and we're also looking to collaborate with them on an event planning workshop to, again, help businesses understand what that process is and to remove some of those barriers. So 2023 strategy, so next slide. We're continuing to do member outreach, and this includes facilitation and onboarding members for the board and committees for discussions. Our committees include the Executive Committee, Business Development Committee, Communication, and Major Investments. Additional strategies that continue are evolving and continuing in 2023 is marketing. I'd mentioned some of that already. Events, we're focusing on some key events that we'll show on the next slide, and then also continuing with placemaking activities. Next slide. And then for 2023, the bid events, we're looking to have those be throughout the year and in a variety of different districts. We're also looking at a special event in supporting the upcoming Mercury Marine Boat Race that is in August. How can our businesses help welcome people attending that event? And then ongoing programs, the Summer Flower Program and the Winter Lights Program is continuing. And then lastly, continuing to support communications, marketing, facilitation, and partnerships. Thank you.
All right, thank you, Heather and Paul. Any questions for the bid representatives? Alder Flicky-Pineski?
Thank you. Can you explain winter lighting?
Every year, we devote a significant portion of our budget to holiday lighting.
Okay.
We're searching for strategies to extend that all the way through the winter, make it kind of more permanent, I would say.
Okay, thank you.
Alder Perella?
Yeah, I just want to offer a comment that I do appreciate most of these programs and projects. So I do enjoy them. Many of them I do enjoy them myself. So I really think that there is a huge value added to your work. Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Thank you, Alder Perella. Anyone else? Okay, seeing none. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Okay. All right, just two things for this evening. First, tonight we'd like to recognize the career of Jim Vieser. Jim is retiring after many, many years of service to the city of Sheboygan and the Sheboygan Police Department. So Jim was born, I just found this out today, in Ireland and was adopted and raised in Chilton, Wisconsin. He then graduated from Chilton High School in 1983 and then went to UW-Oshkosh where he earned his bachelor's degree in criminal justice. Then he attended the law enforcement agency at Fox Valley Technical College. Between 1989 and 1990, he worked at the Oshkosh Police Department as a community service officer and was hired in January of 1991 as a deputy for the Calumet County Sheriff's Department. On January 27, 1992, Jim began his employment as a police officer with the Sheboygan Police Department. While assigned as a parole officer, Jim was assigned to special duties to the Bike Unit, Gang Suppression Unit, Field Training Officer, and Emergency Response Team. From September 1995 through 1999, Jim was assigned to the Sheboygan County Multi-Jurisdictional Enforcement Group, or the MEG Unit. He earned numerous recommendations and commendations for his empathy, strong work ethic, and attention to detail. He earned his master's degree in public administration in June of 2000 and was promoted to sergeant on October 4th, 2000. He was promoted to lieutenant a few years later, January 2nd of 2002. As a lieutenant, he played a key role in developing and supervising the departments for the Street Crimes Unit and the K-9 program. He also grew and improved trainings, obtained multiple resources, and developed the personnel assigned to these important units. He also played a key role in providing processes related to assisting forfeiture funds and the management of impounded vehicles. Jim made numerous educational presentations throughout the community and provided key leadership to the second shift and special teams in the department. Jim also researched and developed the relationships that led to the Sheboygan Police Department becoming a member of the U.S. Marshals Service Fugitive Task Force. On January 1st of 2008, Jim was promoted to the rank of captain and assigned to the Criminal Investigation Division. During 2010, he attended and graduated from the FBI National Academy in Virginia and became a member of the 242 class. He also currently serves as the first vice president of the Wisconsin chapter of the FBI National Academy of Associates. As captain with the Sheboygan Police Department, Jim has provided executive-level leadership to both the patrol and criminal investigation divisions, and he had led many key initiatives, including the Community Service Providers Initiative as part of the Healthy Sheboygan County 2022 program to help address the ongoing heroin crisis. He was a member of the 2016 Warming Center Steering Committee that helped create a warming center in Sheboygan for the homelessness during the winter months, and he brought together stakeholders and advocated for a solution that resulted in the passage of Wisconsin Act 238, which provided for liability protection for medical personnel during the service of search warrants. Jim takes many pride throughout his community, where he's coached youth soccer for more than 15 years and has made an impact on the many residents throughout his career. We're grateful for the dedication and service that Jim has provided to Sheboygan and the police department, and we wish him well in his ongoing retirement, and I just would like to present him with a certificate of recognition for his many years of service to the Sheboygan Police Department. So, Jim.
Okay. I know I'm a police officer, but I'm an emotional type of police officer at times, so I really appreciate you guys give me that round of applause and give me a time to say a couple things. When the mayor sums up that on a piece of paper what you've done over the years, it's kind of you're kind of amazing to yourself that all the things that I was given an opportunity to be involved in. And I kind of wrote a couple of notes. Then all of a sudden, when you listen to somebody else talk about it, you start thinking about something else. No, but I just really wanted to say this is that, first of all, I wish to thank the city of Sheboygan for providing me the opportunity to serve the residents since 1992. I've had a satisfying career with the Sheboygan Police Department and have appreciated all the opportunities afforded me as an officer. I'm honored to have worked alongside the men and women of the Sheboygan Police Department, and I can truly tell you that it's the best police department in the nation. I also wish to thank city government and the residents of Sheboygan. As the mayor said, I'm a transplant. I'm an Air Force Navy brat, so we moved around, and I ended up in Chilton, and you didn't have to give away my year that I graduated, but you did. I'm a transplant, but I can't imagine any other place that I would have preferred to live to raise my family alongside my wife, Lisa. It's a great place to live, work, and everything else. You've done a lot of good work, definitely as of recent over the last several years. So I just want to thank you very, very much for allowing me a chance to be a police officer with the Sheboygan Police Department. Thank you.
Congratulations.
Thank you. Thank you. I appreciate it. Thanks. Yeah. Thank you. Thanks.
All right. Thank you, Jim, once again. All right. Well, it's Wisconsin. One day we have 84-degree weather. The next day we have 32 degrees and snow. So that means it's spring. Springtime means it is construction season in the city, and we got a video queued up, right, Scott?
Hey everybody, it's Mayor Ryan Sorensen here, down at the Department of Public Works. It is spring, and that means our crews are out and about, hard at work, getting caught up, filling those potholes. Now we need your help. We have over 200 miles of road in the city of Sheboygan. We need you to let us know where all the potholes are. So go on Click to Report on the Department of Public Works website and let us know. Type in the address, take a picture, send it to us so our crews can get out there right away and fill those potholes. Go to the City of Sheboygan Department of Public Works website. On the drop-down tabs, click to Report. And click Streets, Potholes, and then type in the address that the pothole is in front of. The location will populate and then include a description. And then attach a photo. And then enter your contact information and then click Submit. We're working hard with our DPW crew to get caught up, make sure that we are committed to getting our potholes fixed. Now we always want to encourage folks, if you see a pothole, help us out. Please report it. You can do it right on your phone or on your computer at home. When we know that there's a pothole, we'll get out there as quickly as we can to make sure that we can fix it, make sure that our infrastructure is in great condition. So make sure you get out, click to report any pothole that you'll see. All right. Thank you, everybody. Shout out to David and his crew. They're hard at work filling potholes. When you have constituents call or you're out and about, really encourage folks to utilize the Click to Report. When we get notified through Click to Report, we fill those potholes within 48 hours. So when we're aware of it and we get it to those on the streets team, we get out there and fix it. So I know it's spring, they're all over the place and we're getting caught up. So thank you, everybody. With that, we'll jump into the hearing for the evening. We'll open up the hearing for hearing number 142223 pursuant to a notice published and letter sent by the city clerk regarding the vacation and discontinuance of the east-west alley between South 10th Street and the former South Commerce Street located on block 243 of the original plot. Anyone wishing to be heard? Anyone wishing to be heard? Final call. Anyone wishing to be heard? Alder Felde, is there a motion to close the hearing?
Yes, I move to close the hearing.
Second.
It's been moved and seconded. All those in favor of closing the hearing, state aye.
Aye.
Any objection? The hearing is closed. Next, we have the consent agenda, items 9 through 20. Alder Felde?
I move to receive and file all the ROs and receive all the RCs and adopt all resolutions and ordinances.
Second.
It's been moved and seconded. Any discussion on any of the items in the consent agenda? Alder Flicky-Paneski?
Thank you. Number 17, the Gartman Farm. When I read through that, there were seemingly 3 different whereases that addressed signage, like you can put a sign and then you can't put a sign and you can put a sign. Can somebody clarify that?
Director
And is
Beeble?
it? No, I guess they can't.
Checking it out.
Yeah, I'm trying to find out what whereas you're referring to.
I think it
About a
was like
sign?
number 10, number 11, number 12, something like that.
Number 11.
Okay.
Thanks.
Yeah, I think that, as I'm familiar with this is just for leasing for agricultural use, and I'm not familiar with any signage that he would place, and so, I'm sorry if I can't answer that question for you about signage if someone else is familiar with it, but typically this is, he leases a couple of properties from the city. One is the Polth property, which we already agreed to in a prior meeting. Now that we've purchased this land, part of the agreement is that we would allow him to continue to farm the land until it gets developed.
Yeah, I'm aware of that part. I just wondering about.
So,
oh,
the
that's
city
somebody
attorney
else.
buzzed in, so
Oh, okay.
Chuck?
Yeah, so this is fairly standard language in our leases, and I think we've had this in his other lease for some time. But in essence, it's basically saying that even though he's using the land for agricultural purposes, we're able to put up a sign if we wish to market it. And he won't put advertising signs without our permission.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you.
Appreciate that.
Alder Prilla.
I had a question on item 19. So this is about the grant that supposedly Sheboygan Police Department is going to get. I don't know if we got it by now.
The application was due on Friday, and that's when we turned it in. It's a competitive grant, so we don't know if we're getting it. We'll be notified in July if we get it or not, and then the award would start in October.
Okay, but I was curious about, so this is a grant that will be used to, for 2 non-sworn-in employees. Is that correct, or for 1?
The grant is for 2 years.
For 2 years, for whom? How is that going to be? Is that going to be used for an employee?
It would be. So what the grant is trying to encourage is that victim services be created in law enforcement agencies. And so based right in the law enforcement agency rather than someplace else. So right now there's victim services that are offered by the state out of the district attorney's office. That's where the majority of ours would come. And then there's also victim services that would be provided by nonprofits. So what they're trying to encourage is the development of what they call law enforcement-based victim services. And so what we would do is essentially create a program and hire an employee to do that within the police department.
And this grant would cover that for 2 years?
Correct.
If we are approved?
Correct.
Perfect. Thank you so much. That's great.
Anyone else? Any items on the consent agenda? All right, seeing none, this is a roll call vote. This is the one that's... Okay. Yep.
10 ayes.
All right, those items are approved. Next, items 21 through 24 will be referred to the respective committees to the new council meeting. Item 21 says it's slated over. That one will be referred to the new council as well. Next, resolutions, item number 25, resolution number 173-2223 by Alderpersons Decker and Rust authorizing the appropriate city officials to enter into a contract with Rebuild It Services Group LLC for the installation of a rebuilt primary clarifier drive unit and secondary clarifier drive unit with the Goldsmith Painting and Cleaning, Inc. for the grinding and painting of steel components. Alder Decker?
Yes, thank you, Mayor. I ask you to suspend the rules.
Any objection to suspension?
I object.
There's been an objection to suspension. All those in favor of suspending the rules, state aye.
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 Any objection?
Aye.
All right, the rules have been suspended, 9-1. Dean, please proceed with your main motion.
Thank you, Mayor. I make a motion to adopt the resolution.
Second.
It's been moved and seconded. Any discussion on this item? All right, seeing none, this is a roll call vote. Please refer to Muni Code.
Nine ayes, 1 no.
All right, that item is approved. Items 26 and 27 will be referred to the Public Works Committee meeting of the new council. Next, item 28, RC number 226-2223 by the Finance and Personnel Committee, to whom was referred RC number 202-2223 by Finance and Personnel Committee, to whom was referred direct referral resolution number 161-2223 by Alderpersons Mitchell and Flicky-Pineski, authorizing the fiscal year 2003 1-year Annual Action Plan for the Community Development Block Grant Program submissions. Alder Mitchell.
Thank you, Mayor. I move to receive the RC and adopt the substitute resolution.
Is there a second?
Second.
Moved and seconded. Any discussion on this item? Alder Mitchell.
Thank you, Mayor. I further move to amend the resolution so as to provide that the finance and personnel recommendations in the final paragraph of the resolution be amended to provide that the following funding amounts submitted to HUD are as follows. All of the funds to be for public service activities except for the funds for Partners for Community Development and Habitat for Humanity, which shall be housing activities. For Partners for Community Development, $40,000. For Habitat for Humanity, $22,500. For Flawless Hoops, $4,750. For SCIO, $7,000. For Shoreline Metro, $42,493. For Family Service Association, $13,050. For Family Connections, $4,800. For Lakeshore CAP, $14,700. For Big Brothers Big Sisters, $12,370. For the Abode, $4,131. And for the Salvation Army, $26,500.
It's been moved and seconded. Any discussion on the amendment?
I feel like it probably deserves a slight explanation.
All right. Alder Mitchell, go for it.
So for the CDBG allocation resolution, when it comes to the Finance and Personnel Committee, the committee decides on the final figures, how they will be distributed among the organizations that applied. We generally take the staff recommendations on that, and there was a formula used to put those together this year. If we remember at our last meeting, we actually sent this back to the committee with the intention of updating the figures due to the formula having been applied inconsistently the first time around. So all of those figures that I just read now are the final result of the formula mentioned. And I will not say substitute 4 times, but we're getting close.
All right. Thank you, Alder Mitchell. Any discussion on the amendment? All right. Seeing no discussion on the amendment, all those in favor of approving the amendment, please state aye.
Aye.
Any objection? The amendment is approved. Now back to the main motion as amended. Any discussion on the main motion as amended? Alder Perla?
I will need to abstain.
All right. Thank you. Additional comments? Seeing none, this is a roll call vote. All those in favor of approving the motion as amended, please refer to your Muni code.
Nine ayes, one abstain.
All right, that item is approved. Next, 29, RC number 231-2223 by the Finance and Personnel Committee, to whom was referred direct referral resolution number 171-2223 by Alderpersons Mitchell and Flicky-Pineski, authorizing entering into a development agreement with VU 14 LLC regarding an affordable housing project to be located at the corner of South 14th Street and Illinois Avenue. Alder Mitchell.
Thank you, Mayor. I move to receive the RC and adopt the resolution.
Moved and seconded. Any discussion on this item? Seeing none. All those in favor, this is a roll call vote.
Ten ayes.
All right, that item is approved. Next, RC number 229-2223 by the Finance and Personnel Committee, to whom was referred resolution number 167-2223 by Alderpersons Mitchell and Flicky-Pineski, authorizing an adjustment in the 2023 budget to fund a prisoner transport system for the police department's new Ford Transit van. Alder Mitchell.
Thank you, Mayor. I move to receive the RC and adopt the resolution.
It's been moved and seconded. Any discussion on this item? All right, seeing none, roll call vote.
Ten ayes.
All right, that item is approved. Items 31 through 48 will be referred to the committees of the new council for the 23-24 year. Okay. Next, matters laid over, item 49. RO number 133-2223 by the City Plan Commission, to whom was referred resolution number 154-2223 by Alderpersons Feldy and Flicky-Paneski, vacating the east-west alley between South 10th Street and the former South Commerce Street located in block 243 of the original plot. Alder Feldy?
I move to receive the RO and adopt the substitute resolution.
Second.
It's been moved and seconded. Any discussion on this item? Seeing none, this is a roll call vote.
Ten ayes.
All right, that's approved. All right. You've exhausted the agenda. Alder Feldy.
Thank you, Mayor. I move to adjourn, sign, die.
Second.
It's been moved and seconded to adjourn, sign and die. All those in favor, state aye.
Aye.
Any objection? We are adjourned.
Done.